Hello to all of you beautiful nerds and welcome back from traveling the vast nerd universe. I am back with another video, and like I said, I was going to do my redo of my Ride or Dies, but I'm changing the title to be more of products I run back to more because I kind of feel like in today's day and age with the new influencers over on TikTok, I kind of feel like they keep on saying that they're obsessed with the product, that they're trying it only once, or say it just sucks for a pretty penny, or at least don't know what the brand that they're reviewing. Because I heard about certain videos from TikTok where Michaela Noguera talked about Wayne Goss and she said she didn't like the products. And also how some of them are like, I am obsessed with this foundation after trying it only once, when a lot of us here on YouTube do enjoy a lot of products. And I always wonder, are you really obsessed with that particular foundation, or is it because you're doing it for a sponsorship really and try to make the brand happy? But of course, I, like most people here on YouTube, I do like to go back to certain products I know and knew and loved, and they are tried and true for many, many years. Ever since I've been on YouTube and starting out, and since I did do that Ride or Die, all thanks to an idea from Jacqueline Hill, who done that Ride or Die tag many years ago. She has tried a lot of makeup products, and same with me and many other people here on YouTube. I mean, there are many brands I have tried, from drugstore to independent, because of course I used to be part of Ipsy and BoxyCharm, and of course there are some brands that don't exist anymore that have closed down due to the pandemic. And of course there are new brands showing up in Ulta and Sephora, because I've been kind of shopping here and there from Sephora. I also did try the new Nude Sticks blush tint yesterday in yesterday's video to see how it felt. I took out the makeup because the mascara was bothering my eyes, because I forgot to put on that mascara primer on my lashes. But anyways, so I'm going to be talking about some of the products and also what I still run back to time to time. So let me start off with brows, because I'm going in the order that I apply my makeup. Of course, you already know my tried and true brow products are the NYX Tame Frame Pomade in Chocolate and the Control Freak Brow Gel. I always run to these two products the most when it comes to buying any of my brow products. Yes, I have tried other brow products, like for instance, I remember being with BoxyCharm and I tried a brow type, I think it was a brow bar ultimate kit, where it came with the brow pencil and a few other brow things like a brow wax and all that. But after finishing up some of those brow products, I always ran back to these two things. Even when I was just using a brow pencil to start off my brows, I always came back to the Tame Frame and the Control Freak. I am glad that NYX did not have the heart to discontinue these, and please do not discontinue, because I would be really sad if they did, because I always hate when brands discontinue the good stuff. The good stuff that always has worked. And I mean, I'm looking at you, Urban Decay, with your Stay Naked foundation line. I only used that once because after the price increase, I didn't buy it again. It went from 30 something dollars to 40, and I wish I got it while it was on major price drop, but at the same time they sold out of the shade that I guessed correctly on with that. But as I was saying, these are two brow products I do love and always go back to every single time. I never tried their micro pencil, but I'm not a big brow pencil fan, so I just stick with what I like. And plus they don't cost you an arm and a leg like Anastasia does. Okay, when it comes to eyeshadow primer or eyeshadow base, even though I do have the Ulta matte shadow primer, but I always run to the MAC Prolong Wear Paint Pot, and I always got the shades that people have suggested, which include Soft Ochre and of course Painterly. But I have had really good luck with one called Laying Low, which is almost like in the same area as Painterly. And also I tried one that is a pale nude peach called Art Therapy, which is also very good. I do have other shades I use as regular shadows, and sometimes use as shadow bases for darker shadows, kind of like how some people do with the NYX Jumbo pencil, which everybody loves to use that as their shadow primer. Even my best friend, rest in peace, my friend Damien, also used them, especially Milk from that. But I mostly use the Prolong Paint Pot, Prolong Wear Paint Pot the most because I like how smooth it is, and I could control the application a bit more because of it just doesn't come out of a tube, which it can get messy. And also sometimes I notice with some certain tube type of eyeshadow primers, they seem to want to shut my eyes, like, you know, glue my lashes pretty much. I remember trying one from Pretty Vulgar, which that almost shut my eyes. I also tried the one from, what was it? Yeah, Wet n Wild. That was terrible. Always got into my lashes. I don't know how, but it's like I don't apply it in my lashes. And I remember using the ones from e.l.f., but those ran out too quickly. Like the product, the product that comes in the vial, I ran out of that way too quickly, and I did not want that in my eyeshadow primer. So, yep, that's my story with my eyeshadow primers. So with eyeshadows to me are more of a, I always switch my likes with eyeshadow palettes. I tend to change up what I wear, and a specific time. For instance, I tend to go for a shadow palette if I'm really into wanting to try it out for a day. Also, I sometimes wear it more than once to at least enjoy it, you know. But there are times when I want to go back to simple shadow look with a single or a trio of singles. And right here I have 3 from Urban Decay's 24/7 shadows, which I put in the look of 3 that I did one time during 21 Days of Beauty. Of course, I'm going in with Mushroom. Because yesterday I wore Set List, which was a shade that got discontinued, which was brown, which kind of was sad. I do like these shadows, but there are times when I do turn to them sometimes, and other times I turn to other shadows. I also admit I do like going to my ColourPop shadow palettes, also the ones from Nomad Cosmetics, also sometimes Too Faced, and even my Naked palettes from Urban Decay. But like I said, sometimes I want to have a basic look with whatever I wear. Even when my dad visits, I like to wear something simple. I mean, heck, even sometimes I switch over to their shadow sticks, which I do enjoy as well. And I even took this particular trio with me to Ranger Stop back in November to kind of have a nice basic nude look. Even on Saturday when we went to the VIP dinner to go with my Loki dress that I picked up for my birthday. Okay, next up for the crease is going to be the shade Tease. Let me see if I can find a crease brush. Because I know I have a few here somewhere. I think I found one. And next shade I'm going into is called Tease. And going up in the crease. Thank you, Jen Love. I think I accidentally did. I didn't mean to. Here it is. Here's Tease. Gonna put it on top of Mushroom. I do have another trio. I was gonna use it in this video, but of course I reached for these three. Somehow these are like this is my favorite trio somehow. And now onto brow shade, which is Virgin. Like a virgin. Oh, wait, sorry, I didn't mean to sing. I think this is... And now onto my other brow. And gonna blend them together. If I could find the blender brush, like, I think I found it. I do not like this brush. It's so wobbly. I'm gonna toss it. I know I got it in BoxyCharm, I think. But it's so wobbly. Gonna toss. Bye-bye. Okay, for eyeliners, I go back to 3 specific brands when it comes to 3 specific lines of eyeliner that I do love, which are the Slim Eyeliner Pencil from NYX Cosmetics, the gel liners from Ulta, which this one is one of them, which is their taupe. And of course, if I'm going higher end, I am going with the ones from Urban Decay with their 24/7 pencil. And I used to try using liquid liners, but they did not. They always ran down my face, like Benji from Good Charlotte. Even though I did love Good Charlotte and I did love Benji, but of course, I did not want my eyeliner always running down. Even the pen liners ran down my face. I don't know how. Because I remembered I was in the independent living program over back at the Lighthouse Central Florida, and I was wearing a pen eyeliner, and somehow they thought I was doing a costume that morning, and they thought I had whiskers, but I had one long line of my black eyeliner. So I'm not sure how it happened, but it just ran down my face and I didn't know. And I felt like crap for the most part. So I decided at that point I'm no longer using liquid liners nor pens, even though the newer pens had not bled in a random face. Pencils have been a lot better nowadays because they just stay put. Even the mechanical ones. Yeah, I just sharpened this pencil. I may have to empty out some of my pencil sharpeners. Now I'm gonna adjust around my eyes in case of fallout as well, because I like to do my eyes first before any face makeup, because sometimes eyeshadow just falls onto anybody's faces. Okay, I'm gonna curl my lashes. And I'm gonna put on my lash primer. I use the one from CoverGirl. One thing I don't like about this lash primer is that it dries out a little too quickly for my liking. The reason why I use lash primers is because my eyes can be sensitive to a lot of mascaras, but the only one that they seem to not be so sensitive is the MAC Stacks from MAC Cosmetics. That I'm having a major tongue twister day. I guess might be Sunday, and I started making awesome meatballs for the next few days again. I don't want to say this is my ride or die, but I do have the ones from Essence to try out, because I know that's more of a moist type. That formula is very moist. So now onto mascara. I use so many different mascaras. Heck, I even still have the ones from all the subscription boxes. I know I'm supposed to toss them out every single 3 months, but they still stay pretty liquidy. I only toss them if they decide to dry out a lot. But the ones that I sometimes turn back to are the Lash Princess from Essence. Of course, because this is like a top favorite mascara for a lot of people. I do like it myself. And I do like to layer my mascaras. To give a little bit oomph. Like I said, I don't wear false lashes at all. Because, of course, if you wear the false lashes over and over, the glue will cause your actual lashes to become thinner over time. And I should have mentioned this because I remembered commenting on one of Tati's videos on shouldn't wear false lashes, they will become brittle over time, because she did say her lashes did become brittle because of all the glue. And she wants to find a way of getting her lashes back in full. And someone says, who cares? Here's why you should care. It's because of the glue. If you keep on tugging them off, you're going to have those lashes come off too. And your lashes protect your eyes from all the crud that gets into that would possibly go into your eyes. I mean, heck, even styes tend to happen, and blepharitis if you're not too careful, like with lash extensions. Okay. Next mascara I'm going to be using is the L'Oreal Voluminous Butterfly Waterproof Edition, because in my Ride or Die, I know I mentioned the L'Oreal Voluminous Miss Manga mascara. I loved that mascara. Emphasis on loved, because it was perfect. I loved how my lashes looked and felt. And I loved using that for cosplay. And when I saw that L'Oreal discontinued that back in 2017, I was completely miffed and sad, because they discontinued an awesome mascara. And they say the one next to it is the butterfly. Even though the butterfly is nice and everything, but I still want my Miss Manga back. L'Oreal, bring it back. Bring it back. Just bring back the Miss Manga. I love that one. And I should have bought more tubes when it was discounted. I'm still kicking myself for that. When I saw that on sale in one of the Targets when I was still living back in Orlando. Because I remember going to Target to get an SD card since we were doing press for MegaCon. And my buddy needed a new SD card, so picked one up while we were there. Sorry if I kind of kept silent while I was doing my mascara, because I gotta be like that. Because I don't want to poke my eyes out. Funny thing was, I remembered my old art teacher from high school posted about how she went to Disney Springs and they looked through her bag and found her mascara, and they were like, yeah, that's a weapon. And she's like, how is that a weapon? And they kind of showed her, but there was no real good description on how it could be a weapon, how they kind of switched it up to make it look like a weapon. And she was like, it's mascara. It's a tube of mascara. And I posted down below and said, the only time my Max Stacks mascara becomes a weapon is when it pokes me when those little bristles poke me in the eye. That hurts like a... So, it hurts like a witch. Trust me. So, when it comes to face primer, I have been enjoying the Marshmallow face primer from NYX Cosmetics because I like how smooth it goes on my face. And it smells so good too. And it's so hydrating as well. And I have dry skin, especially down here. I have a bit of a pimple that I'm trying to heal up, and it's dry around there. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's because the seasons are kind of changing. I've been not liking how the weather here has been switching from warm to cold, then warm to rainy, then back to cold. I'm like, make up your mind, Florida. It's like, are you listening to My Chemical Romance? At least try out Taking Back Sunday, really? But anyways, I do love this face primer. I do. This is like my second one that I've ever bought because it lasts me for so long. Because I don't always wear makeup every day. I just do it mostly on the weekends or if I have a video coming up. So, yep. And for concealer, I don't really have a ride or die concealer because I've been trying out new ones. I did like the one from Fenty though, because I got that through 21 Days of Beauty since that was half off. But I am trying out the Camo Concealers through e.l.f. Cosmetics. So... yeah, it's pretty good for what I get. I did buy another one, but in a lighter color, and I'm gonna try one for NYX. I don't think it's the newest one, but I know Beautiful and Bothered have been talking about the new serum concealer because that's pretty much the newer concealers that a lot of brands are making are serum type concealers. When it comes to foundations, I've been trying a lot of different ones and have been using different ones. Like yesterday in my video, I had the Sweetener foundation by REM. But the one that I seem to go back to if I'm feeling like going back to it, which is a tried and true. Where are you? I know I have you here somewhere. Here you are. Is the Photo Focus foundation from, and the Dewy formula, by the way, from Wet n Wild. When I tried this, I tried the matte formula because that was the only one that they had back around 2016, 2017, and this was also when they were starting to bring out their powders, which I will get to powder. But what I like about this foundation is that you have more of a paddle to help you can just spread it around. This is what I wanted after trying out the About Face Performer. This is what they should use. More of a paddle to spread foundation a lot more easily. Especially with a dewy formula. So now I'm going to take my beauty sponge, Beauty Spongy, and just blend it and blendy. I do admit, I do like the new Revlon Voluminous. That's what it's called, Voluminous Skin Foundation. But the Wet n Wild is always tried and true and have enjoyed it for many, many years. People do not like the smell, but I rarely notice it. And plus, when you blend it in, you don't smell it. When I found out about the Dewy formula, I started buying Dewy ever since and haven't gone back to the matte. Alrighty, for a blush. I know I would go into bronzer, but I have not been wearing much bronzer because I kind of feel like I don't really need it. But blush, on the other hand, I do enjoy a little bit more. I do use bronzer sometimes if I feel like it, but I mostly use blush on my face. And I have tried so many blushes over the years, which included from Wet n Wild to Wet n Wild all the way down to now ColourPop having them, of course ELF. I do still enjoy their which now I'm enjoying their new Camo blush liquid, which is supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Halo blush. But the ones I seem to go back to are the ones from MAC. MAC has been kind of a bit of a staple alongside NYX in my makeup collection for many years, and I do enjoy their blushes. Yes, they kind of rose up in price, but thank you, inflation, but I do still enjoy their blushes. I do have Warm Soul. I have Dainty. I know it's discontinued, Gleeful. I do have a few others, but the one that I'm using today is Desert Rose from their powder blush line. As you already may have noticed, I do have a way around tag to tell me which one's which. If you're visually impaired and need a better labeling system than just braille tape, I suggest getting way tags. So I'm gonna put this on my cheekbones. Everybody says apples, but no, cheekbones, because you blush around your cheekbones, people. This is like a good blush for people with light to medium skin like me. And of course, when it comes to highlighter, I like with blush. I tried so many highlighters over the years. I went from Mari, think of your thoughts. I went from, of course, your usual Wet n Wild to e.l.f. back to Wet n Wild again. And of course, I do have a few from MAC. But the ones that I've been noticing that I do like to use a lot nowadays are the ones from Makeup Revolution, which I do have one called Set the Tone here. Makeup Revolution, yes, they do copy a lot like e.l.f. does. But, however, some of the products are pretty good when it comes to the face. And I kind of had to agree with Jen Love's reviews. They need to improve their shadow formula and at least put some shadow descriptions, because I can't buy from a brand that doesn't put any color descriptions for their eyeshadow palettes. I mostly prefer that. I mean, I'm glad Nomad Cosmetics does it. Same with the Urban Decay, ColourPop, Too Faced. Who else? Makeup Revolution only did it once for the Emily Noel palettes, but unfortunately they haven't been doing that. Ulta used to do it for their big sets, and I no longer buy those sets because they're kind of a bit of a waste of money in my opinion, because I don't use everything in the sets. And like I said, more brands need to make their palettes a little bit more accessible with the colors that they put in. But as I was saying, I do like their highlighters. I also like the ones from Ulta, which I have a few in my collection. What else do I do have a few from Tarte, a few from Maybelline, but I do tend to reach for the ones from Makeup Revolution, and MAC is like right close behind. And now onto powder. There are two powders I always go to, and like I said with Wet n Wild, when they were bringing out their foundations, I also used their powders, which were, the shade that I always used was Buff Bisque, and I forgot what I used from Wet n Wild's powder line, but I used to use their powders, but someone did try to get me into one shade that kind of felt too light in a way, because someone pointed that out in one of my photos, that it was way too light. And I'm like, great, I think it was that lady who saw me looking at the powders from Wet n Wild. Like, she just said, this one would be good for you. But all thanks to my buddy Damien, like I said, rest in peace, he said that I should try translucent, and even though I kind of put that down, but after trying translucent, it did work a lot better for me. But I prefer the pressed translucent powders, and the ones I like are the one from e.l.f., which I am using, and the pressed HD finishing powder from NYX Cosmetics. It feels like these powders are not getting enough love, that a lot of influencers have not been, given much love to. And it's kind of sad, because NYX has been around for a long time, since influencers even became a thing alongside Wet n Wild and e.l.f. Even e.l.f. kind of went a downturn during the pandemic, but they came back full force, which is good. And I always go back to the e.l.f. powder, and of course, like I said, the one from NYX, because they are so set my concealer down with the first and then move on to my face to set my foundation. And no, I don't bake because I do not like loose powders because they always get all over my shirt. Because I remember when I used translucent powders, and I remember RJ was like, "There's stuff on your shirt." I'm like, "Crap, it's my powder." And that's why I don't use the loose ones anymore. Now I'm doing setting spray. I don't have a particular favorite setting spray, but I do come back to the Dewy one from NYX, but I am using a ton of other ones right now to like try to finish them up. I think that one was the one from Purely's, because I know I got a duo back in when I was with Ipsy, where it was sheet masks, I believe, and a setting spray. Now onto lips. Of course, when it comes to lip balms, I always go to Lipsmackers. Yes, I know they're for kids, but I do like them because they hydrate my lips very well. I don't care if they're for kids, but I do enjoy them. And to the moms that take their kids to Sephora, just get them Lipsmackers as well, because they don't need what was it, Summer Fridays or Tower 28, because they don't need that. And when it comes to lipsticks, I tried so many Altex 2 subscription boxes, but I do enjoy using lip oils nowadays, like the jelly lip melts from Tony Moly. I do enjoy the lip oils from Milani Cosmetics, also from e.l.f. But the lipsticks I tend to go for are, of course, MAC. And the one that I'm using today is Creme in Your Coffee. And it feels like it's always a classic shade, and it's not so loud. I'm hoping they don't discontinue that, because they already discontinued my other favorite one that I usually use for work, called Dubonnet or Dubonnet. So I had to use other shades instead. So that completes this video. I hope you enjoyed my talking about different makeup. And of course, these are like some of my top products, especially nowadays, since of course our favorites do change over time and we get new products time to time, even if we get them in PR, depending on who you are, by the way. But still, these are the products I still go back to most of the time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't have any other videos coming up. I may do some looks and just post them on Instagram. If you're not on my Instagram, it's Mari Blue Cat. That's about it. Excuse me, that's about it. So, until next time, stay beautiful. Mwah.